Hello, today we are outside in the bright sunshine, and this by far is the easiest way to photograph your products. To get really, really good light is to use the bright sun and to create some incredible shadows. Now, every time I post shadows, I get comments. People just love having a shadow effect in their photos, and it's not complicated. You do not have to make it complicated. So let me show you my setup. I've got my sunnies on because it's so bright, especially when you're working with a white reflective background like I am. So the secret here is to make a scoop background. Now, this is a really amazing product that I will be introducing to you very soon. It's hush hush at the moment, but I'm trialing it and I love it. It's much stronger than paper, which means I can come out in the breeze and it's not going to flap around. So it's great. Now, what I've got here is I've got my product set up. I've got my scoop, which means I'm not going to get a line in my products. In my photo shoot, I've attached it to a board. I'm up on a high table because I really like working at this height. It means that I'm not crouched over all the time. So what I'm going to do is I've got my camera set up on a tripod. Now, the secret to shooting these kind of products with this bright light and to be able to put the reflective shadows in it is to use your camera on manual focus. So what you do is you set your camera to manual focus, or if you're using a phone, you need to auto focus lock, which means once you've set up your phone, you hold the screen down on an iPhone and you make sure it's locked on your product before you press go. The other idea is to set the timer on your camera or onto your phone, which means it'll give you time to get your prop, which is going to be your shadow, and shoot, creating the shadow in the back of your product. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to set up, and while I'm a little bit awkward, I'll show you how I do it. So I'm going to set the camera so that I can see the back of the screen, like so. And then I am going to hold out my leaf and I'm going to look into the back of the camera. I'm making sure that I'm focused on my product. So it's manual focus onto the actual product, onto the label so that we can see it well. And then I'm going to just see where I want the shadows to be created. And I'm going to take a test shot, make sure I'm really happy with everything in the back of the camera. And then once I've done that, I'm going to set the timer. And so that means that I'm not worried about moving. I'm not going to create any movement at all. So I'm going to set the timer, line it up for 10 seconds, press go, and then I'm going to hold my shadow, my prop, which is in this case I cut out of my garden, and I'm going to hold it over my products to create this really cool shadow. Now, as I said, as soon as I post a photo like this, people go nuts. Everybody goes, oh, how do you do the shadow? But it's really, really easy. Bright sunshine, products on a slopey white background, camera on a tripod, nice and steady, using your timer and manual focus, and just some props from your garden. And then I can show you the final image right here.